All right, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for a little bit of a glitch there here early in game number one of this tournament. Every year we come here and we got to deal with some sort of unexpected thing, but I think we have it all figured out now. And the good thing about this year's broadcast is that one skips into left. I believe that might be an error in the third baseman. No matter what, that is going to score a runner, and the throw out to second is not in time. And Nashville will take a 1-0 lead here in the first. All right. Now, you want to know the real fun part is I haven't looked at any of these lineups. I've been so busy trying to figure all this out that Sam Young will step to the plate here for Nashville as they lead at 1-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Nashville and the Saints out of Waukesha, Wisconsin. Another beautiful day here in Florida. This popped up into right field. Should be playable and is, and that will do it for the inning. 1 run for Nashville. They lead at 1-0 as we head to the top of inning number 2. We'll get this all straightened around here. I'll get my lineups all set. We'll be back with more here in just a moment. You're watching the HWSA World Series. So Aaron Plosky swings and misses on the first offering here in inning number 2. A 1-0 lead for Nashville. On the mound is John Olin for the Monarchs as that pitch misses low and away, and the count evens up at 1-1 on Aaron Plotsky. We have Plotsky, Dittmer, and Larange. The 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Waukesha. This fouled back near home plate and off the catcher right in front of us here. Pretty good hustle play from Isaac Young. He just couldn't quite hang on to it. Literally about 2 feet in front of us here. And it goes for a strike and a 1-2 count now on Plotsky.
You've heard about seats behind home plate, buddy. We are behind home plate.
Yeah, we are literally there. We appreciate you kind of sticking with us here. We have a new system this year. I am confident that it's going to look very good for this entire tournament. Just 1 or 2 little glitches here at the beginning, but I think we should be good to go for the rest of this. That pitch misses away, and a 2-2 count on Plotsky.
I apologize for messing your sheet up.
That's all right. There's been a lot worse things that have happened so far today. There's a swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Aaron, and 1 gone for Waukesha here in the first, or in the second, excuse me.
He put that right up in his wheelhouse, a little on the outside corner. Good fastball. One of those he couldn't quite lay off of.
That misses low and away. 1-0 the count now on Seth Dittmer. Dittmer, the first baseman for Waukesha as Olin winds and fires, and this chopped down towards short. Played there by Buttersfield, fires over to first. Good play down there at first base by Tanner Provencher. And now 2 gone in the inning for Waukesha.
Yeah, a few of the Saints fans here didn't like that call. Didn't like it. They just thought, was hoping it would be on their side. But it was a correct call. They weren't correct in that.
Tough to tell, too, how clean he picked that at first either, but he did come up with it. So now 2 gone, off-speed pitch, misses low and away for Benny LaRange.
Yeah, I wasn't saying the fans were yelling against it. I just said they were hoping it was making it, but he was caught by half a step. They had dreams.
Matter of fact, I think I got our teams flip-flopped here. I think Nashville's the home team, but it doesn't matter a whole lot, I guess, in the scoreboard. That's right down the middle, so count 1-1 now on LaRange.
Oh. Isn't usually the home team in third base?
Yeah, but anytime you get in tournament play, things can get a little odd. That bounces in, 2-1, the count now on LaRange. John Olin has done a nice job through the first inning and 2/3. That pitch called a strike over the outside corner. Stretched the strike zone just a tad there.
Just a tad.
Now a 2-2 count on LaRange.
Yeah, Benny wasn't exactly filled with glee about that call.
And that misses low and away, and now a full count on Benny.
By the way, the guys brought us a program, and if we go on our smartphones, HWSA, HSW, we can get all the tournament up to date.
All right, there's a walk issued to Benny. He'll head down to first base, and now 2 gone in the inning for Danny Siebold. Siebold, the right fielder for Waukesha. Runner at first, a 1-0 lead for Nashville. Olin comes set. Not too big of a lead down there at first. Off-speed pitch misses over the inside corner. 1-0 the count on Siebold, the number 8 hitter in this Waukesha lineup. He'll be followed by Luke George, the left fielder.
I think you can tell we're in Florida. We got a seaplane flying around the stadium here.
A nice pitch over the inside corner for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. First of 3 games today from the HWSA World Series. Be with you all day long. And then back again tomorrow all the way through the World Series Championship. As the off-speed pitch misses up, and now 2-1 the count on Siebold.
Had a curveball there, and it was breaking over, but not far enough.
Olin comes set. Now delivers home. Fastball misses up. Even up at 2-2 here. Excuse me, 3-1. I don't know how I got that far fun. Then my brain is still trying to process everything here. Pick-off move over to first and runner back in safely. You know, between working yesterday and then coming down last night and trying to get over here this morning, and then they redid that exit out on the interstate, and it drove right by it, so that didn't help things a whole lot. Another pickoff move to first to runner back in safely.
Here we thought we were going to get here early, and here we are going the wrong way in the interstate.
Helped us out a little bit, though, that this game was a little late getting started. So, and that over
nice
that
pitch.
Outside corner. So the count will go full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of inning number 2. It is a 1-0 lead for Nashville. In between innings here, I'll try to flip that, put that Nashville team on the bottom of your scoreboard there in the bottom right, and try to get the home and away teams situated there. Luckily, that's fairly easy to fix. Pickoff throw to first and runner back in safely again. For Nashville here today, out in left field is John Hamilton. Sam Young is in center. Over in right is Seth Buttersfield. The infield is Ben Gillian at third, David Buttersfield's at short, Seth Feachy's over at second, and Tanner Provencher is at first. There is a swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Danny Siebold. Behind the plate for the Monarchs, by the way, is Isaac Young, and John Olin getting the start on the mound. That will work us through 1.5, a 1-0 lead for Nashville. We'll take a break, come back with more in a moment. You're watching the HWSA World Series. First pitch of the bottom of the second is high and away on John Hamilton. It's Hamilton, Olin, and Provencher, the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Nashville here in the second. They lead it 1-0, and now a 2-0 count on Hamilton. Aaron Plotsky getting the start today for the Saints. Swing and a miss on that one up high, and the count moves to 2-1 on Hamilton. For the Saints, out in left is Luke George. Farley Gleason's in center. Danny Siebold will play right field today. Round the infield, Andrew Lizweski is at third base. Heath Roberts will play short. Chris Brown's at second. Over at first is Seth Dittmer. Benny LaRange behind the plate. And, of course, Aaron Plotsky out on the mound. 3-1 count now on Hamilton. Monarchs trying to get leadoff hitter on base here to start the bottom of the second. Plotsky will wind and fire. That's right down the middle. And the count goes full at 3-2.
He's got that windup that goes real slow, stretches out that leg, then he comes across fast.
Plotsky comes set and delivers. A little roller out towards first. Plotsky going to play it barehanded and flips it over there. And the out recorded 1-3 is Tanner Provencher on the reception down there at first base. One gone for the Monarchs here in the second. So that brings John Olin, the pitcher, to the plate, hitting in that 7th spot here today for the Monarchs. And this misses low and away and back to the screen. So 1-0 the count on Olin.
I always like players to go ahead and wear 13. Some people think it's bad luck. It's not. You just go ahead and let it fly, and it gives them special recognition among people. There's a guy that's not afraid to wear it.
This is low and in. There was a really good player for the White Sox for a long time that wore that number. This misses up and in, and a 3-0 count. That was an Ozzie Guillen. And
Ozzie wore that?
Yep, he had no problems wearing the number 13.
Yeah, good player, too.
And this misses low and in, and on 4 pitches, John Olin is issued a walk down to first base. So with 1 gone, they'll have a courtesy run there down there for Olin. Can't see the number of the courtesy runner, but we'll get that here in a minute. Tanner Provencher, the first baseman, will step in now in that 8th spot for the Monarchs. They lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the second with 1 gone. Plotsky delivers. That's right down the middle. And an 0-1 count. So it's Provencher, Young, and then back around to the top of the order for Nashville. There goes the runner at first. Off-speed pitch misses inside. Throw down to second is in time. Nice throw from Benny LaRange. And a caught stealing puts the second out up for the Monarchs here in the second inning.
That was a nice throw by Benny.
Sure was.
Boy.
To the right side of second base, right where it needed to be. Made it easy for player making the tag.
Yeah, he didn't have to reach around anywhere and pull it back. He just laid the glove right on him.
So 1-1 the count here on Provencher. That's a fastball over the outside corner. We'll make it 1-2 now.
This umpire does like those outside pitches, doesn't
Yeah, he does. He'll give you that outer part of the plate. And just like always, if you're consistent calling it, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what you do is you just adjust your batting accordingly.
This chopper out towards second base. Took a nice big hop there for Chris Brown. Right, he'll flip it across to first, and that will do it for the second inning. We'll head to the third, a 1-0 lead here for Nashville. Take a break, come back with more in a moment. You're watching the HWSA World Series. Luke George will get things started here for the Saints. In the top of the third, 9-1-2 due up for Waukesha here in the third. They trail it 1-0.
Oh, swing and foul tip back in. Oh.
Misses up and away. And a 1-2 count now on Luke George. So John Owen, the righty, will wind and fire. That's up high and popped up into center field. Drifting back and making the play is Sam Young. And one gone here in the third.
You know, that was a high pitch, too. He evidently, that's where he likes them. He got that one. It was high in the outside corner. He got a good part of the bat on it. Nice, strong fly ball, but he hit it in the wrong area. Right toward that center fielder out there. Takes it for is out. Sam Young.
All right, back around to the top of the order. It's Farley Gleason, the center fielder. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to the second baseman in his only at-bat so far this morning. Olin's delivery way up high and away. And the count will even up at 1-1.
Beautiful day. Even got just a slight bit of a breeze to help us out.
And this popped up deep into left, drifting
way
back,
back.
still drifting, and finally making the play is John Hamilton. Boy, that ball was hit a ton out into left field.
Boy.
But just a little bit too much air under it. And now with 2 gone, Chris Brown comes to the plate.
Yeah, he sent John Hamilton there back, and he started to get under it, and he kept going. He went back a little farther and stopped, then he went back some more and made a final lunge backwards and came down with it. That ball just kept hanging up and traveling.
That misses up and away. 1-0 the count on Brown. He reached on a walk in the first inning.
Yeah, walk and died at second base.
And a roller down to shortstop. Good throw across to first by David Buttersfield, and that will do it for the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for John Olin and the Monarchs defensively. We'll take a break, come back with the bottom of the third. It is a 1-0 lead for Nashville. Back in a moment. You're watching the HWSA World Series. To the bottom of the third we go, a 1-0 lead for Nashville. And quickly a 2-0 count on Isaac Young, the number 9 hitter, 9-1-2 for the Monarchs here in the third.
Like
that misses up and away too. So now a 3-0 count as Aaron Plotsky into his third inning of work for the Saints. And that misses up and away. So on 4 straight pitches, a walk issued to Isaac Young. It's not particularly the way you want to start the inning if you're the Saints, especially with the 9-hitter. Now you're back around on the top of the order.
Yeah, just what I was going to say, especially with that 9th hitter. Got him on first base. Now you get to start the top of your order, and that could cause trouble. Those baseball balls, that gets a coach bad. Can't defend against those.
All right, Stephen Buttersfield steps up to the plate, and that pickoff throw down to first is not in time. So again, Young with the lead down there at first. Pitch here from Plosky misses high and away, and now a throwback to first. And 1-0 count on Buttersfield.
Yeah, they were thinking Isaac was getting too big a lead over there. And so Benny threw a quick ball down to first base, but he was back in time.
Pickoff throwback over to first, runner in safely. Boy, I'll tell you what, coming from Chicago yesterday, it was, in the 50s and raining, and there's a line shot into right, and that's going to get over the head of the right fielder, Danny Siebold.
Well, that guy's trucking.
This could be a problem. Runners move up to second and third, but a good hustle play by Siebold and Wright to keep the runners at second and third, because that's a long throw from deep in right field. But right now the Saints in a little bit of trouble. The Monarchs with runners at second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of inning 3. And Seth Feechey struck out last time, but he's the number 2 hitter in this lineup, and he will step up. And now you're entering in the danger zone territory with runners on base and getting to that 2, 3, 4 part of this Nashville lineup. And
I'll tell you what, Steven gave that ball a ride. It was right over the head of Danny out there in right field, and it went all the way out to the fence. And only good hustle by Danny was able to hold it to a double. And I tell you what, Steven not only hit the ball hard, he was running. He actually closed the gap to the guy going to third base. He had to turn around and come back.
Well, runners at second and third for Nashville. Bottom of inning 3. They already lead at 1-0. That misses low and away, and 1-0 the count on Seth Feechey.
My guess is if Steven gets any kind of a single here, there's no trouble him scoring from second. That guy can fly.
Well, he is the leadoff hitter, so
that's just what I was thinking. He's in the right place.
A swing and a miss on a nice off-speed pitch, and the count moves to 1-1.
That was right straight over the middle of the plate, but his timing was off due to that change of speed there. Oh, we'll have to look in and find out. They'll tell us online. They'll tell you all the pairings.
And this popped up behind home plate. Looks like it might be playable, and is for Benny Larange. And boy, is that a huge out for the Saints.
Wow, it sure is.
So 1 gone. Now David Buttersfield to the plate.
Well, this is where you want, if you're Monarchs, you want to do some damage. Right here is where you want to do it.
So Butterfield stands in, runners at second and third. We have 1 out here in the bottom of inning 3. Nashville already leads at 1-0.
Could even lay down a bunt down the first base line.
That misses low.
With only 1 out.
Plotsky trying to work out of some trouble here in the third.
Taking his time. There we go.
Delivery here is fouled up the first base line. I believe that's going to get back and out of play, and does.
Yeah, a little late in the swing. Fouled it back up and over beyond the first base dugout down there, fence line there. Kind of just protecting the plate a little bit, but he'd sure love to have a single. Plotsky would sure love to get out of this.
Delivery here, off speed, chopped out towards short. They're going to come home with the throw, and it would have been an out, but it popped out of the glove of the catcher, LaRange, and everybody is safe.
Yeah, that was
it wasn't a clean throw to home either. Benny had to pick that out of the dirt, and it was there, but you're asking a whole lot out of LaRange to pick that and lay down the tag all at the same time.
Yeah, that was a bang play. They had him at home if he'd made that play. But again, you're right. They put a whole lot of pressure on Benny, and he got the ball and got it in his glove. But when he scooped up out of the dirt, the ball came loose with the dirt up there and flew up in the air beside him. And that allowed the base runner to slide under.
So a 2-0 lead. There's a strike, and the runner at first is going to cruise into second base. It's going to go ahead and let him take that.
Now, what are you going to give to Mr. Butterfield then?
Well,
yeah, he's 5.
I believe that's a.
No, probably on the catcher, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, one or the other on somebody, and that hits Ben Gilliam, and he'll head down to first, and he'll have to try to walk that off for a second, and that's going to load everything up for Nashville. For Sam Young, he flied out to right in his only at bat today.
That's a tough play for a young guy like Benny down there playing catcher and have that ball bounce in like that.
I'm telling you, catching it straight on off a throw with a catcher's mitt isn't a whole lot of easy to do, and then you have about 3 different things you're trying to do. You're trying to pick a throw out of the dirt. You're trying to keep an eye on the guy coming from third base, cover the plate, and put the tag all down at the same time.
You talk about your mind whirling. It's running 90,000 miles an hour, and I've got this theory myself. I don't think the catcher's mitt made the catch.
No, part of it is you're trying to hurry to get that tag down, and
it's all right for like a pitch to you, but anything you play in the field, even a pop-up.
I couldn't catch anything with the catcher's mitt. That was horrible. Like, even pitching, I was terrible at catching with the catcher's mitt.
Yeah, I don't see how in the world they use those things. I know why they do, because it protects your fingers. But remember those old timers used to catch without any glove?
Well, the 1-0 count here on Young. A little blooper out toward first, and that would be convenient for the Saints, and it is. So now 2 outs. And that will bring John Hamilton to the plate. He grounded out to the pitcher in his only appearance so far.
Well, I'd say if Plotz could get out here with this with 1 run, he's in pretty good shape. All he needs is 1 more out. Bases are loaded at the present time.
Delivery here right down the middle. And an 0-1 count on Hamilton. Boy, this would be a good piece of pitching if Plotsky can get out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to really have to push himself a little bit here, but that's what he needs. 1 more little out.
Bases loaded here. 0-1 the count with 2 gone in the third, and that is ripped just over the glove of the third baseman, Lizweski. 1 run is in. Runner stumbled around third. This is going to plate him as well. And a 2 RBI single off the bat of Hamilton. So that will put runners at first and second for John Olin, the pitcher.
Andrew playing third base down there was in place to make the play, but it was just a tad over his reach. Nice line drive out in the left field. Right down the line, about 10 feet inside the line. Boy, made good use of that.
So runners at first and second here. Olin steps up to the plate, and this chopped right back out to the pitcher, and this should be a relatively easy play, and a toss to first will do it. But some damage done. 3 runs in the inning for Nashville on a couple of hits, an error, a hit batter, a walk. We had just about everything in that inning. We'll head to the top of inning 4, 4-0 the lead for Nashville. Take a break, come back with more from the HWSA World Series in just a moment. To the fourth we go, and this is hit a ton to left field, but I think he got just under it and played by John Hamilton. Boy, that just missed off the bat of Heath Roberts. So one gone here for the Saints in the fourth. That'll bring Andrew Lizweski to the plate, followed by Aaron Plotsky. Boy, he just missed that. I'll tell you something, too. If you hit a ball out of here, congratulations.
Well, we were talking about that last year in here. This is, we figured, a college field.
No, it is. They do play college tournaments and stuff here, too. It's a big yard to hit in.
And
that's
I tell
for
you
sure.
what, you get 'em. We've seen some home runs out of here, especially over the left field scoreboard area. One or two over the right field. But I think there was even one or two last year, one maybe, that was over the center field fence. You talk about a blast.
This popped up to center field, and an easy play there for Sam Young. So quickly, two gone here in the fourth for the Saints. And now Aaron Plotsky to the plate, and John Olin into his fourth inning of work now for Nashville. He's done a nice job so far. Fastball up and away. 1-0 the count on Plotsky. This is the Division III semifinals. Winner of this game goes to the Division III championship tomorrow. That misses low and away, and now 2-0 the count.
Yeah, John's pitched a good game so far. No hits and 2 walks.
And that's ripped to third, and a nice grab down there by Ben Gilliam. Boy, that thing hit on a rope. And 3 up, 3 down once again for the Saints. Nothing doing in the fourth for Waukesha. We'll head to the bottom of inning 4, a 4-0 lead for Nashville. Back with more from the HWSA World Series in just a moment. To the bottom of the fourth we go in this Division III semi. And that pitch misses low and away as Tanner Provencher to the plate. He is 0 for 1 so far for Nashville. 8-9-1 hitters to face Aaron Plotsky here in the fourth inning. That fouled back to the fence here. And a 1-1 count on Tanner. And this is up high, and now the count moves to 2-1. Going to work on getting some scores here that we can pass along. Pull it up on my phone, make sure I keep that open so we can get all of the up-to-date scores. That misses low and away, and now 3-1 the count on Tanner. 4-0 the lead for the Monarchs here on the bottom of inning 4.
You know, without that error last inning, Plotsky would have gotten out of there with no runs scored and still be a 1-0 game. But
Yeah,
ifs and more ifs. Oh, here we go again. Yeah. Say the announcer or the guy sitting in the booth up here said another leadoff hitter that's at the bottom of the lineup. He walked the last one that night. Now the 8th hitter, he walked this inning.
And this misses low and away, and 1-0 the count on Isaac Young. There's a strike.
A nice little curve. That was right down over there.
All right, 1-1 the count here on Isaac.
Made a nice time to put a fastball right in on his fist.
Provinger with the lead down there at first. Bunt right back to the mound. They're going to go to second and get the out there. Nice play by Plotsky to get the force at second, and one gone here in the fourth.
Oh, what, 1-6? And that was a good job by Plotsky. He didn't get bum frazzled. He made a clean pick up the grounder, turn around, and made a solid throw to second. He didn't try to rush it. He knew he had time.
All right, still a runner down there at first with one out here in the fourth. This gets all the way back to the screen. And down to second goes Young.
Well, it had to probably schedule that as a wild pitch. Outside.
Yeah,
low.
There's not a whole lot that Benny's going to do with that.
No, he didn't have much of a shot at it.
So now runner down at second for Nashville. Plotsky delivers, and this hit a ton to center. This could be a big problem. It's going way back over the head of the center fielder, and it's going to roll all the way to near the warning track. And I'm telling you, that outfield is huge. A run comes in to score, and a triple off the bat of Stephen Butterfield, and an RBI for him. I'm going to tell you something. That ball was smoked.
Well, last time he smoked one, hit a double. That's when he was flying around there and was almost ran down the player in front of him, but Young. That guy can fairly fly. He got tremendous power at the plate, and boy, can Butterfield ever put on the engines, man. He can fly.
Well, and Farley Gleason playing back there in center, he literally turned around and sprinted and didn't even look back for the ball.
No, I thought he was going to look back.
It was hit so far, he didn't need to.
He just said, just hope it didn't go clear out of here. He got back there and got it picked up and limited him to a triple.
I mean, that's how far he hit that ball without getting a home run, though. Is Farley's playing about, where you normally play in center.
And he turned around and
literally took off on a sprint and couldn't get there.
Yeah, he turned around with his back to the plate, and he ran as fast as he could run towards center field.
All right, so that will bring Seth Feachy, the number 2 hitter, to the plate. Already one run across here in the fourth for Nashville.
Yeah.
That misses low.
Still only got one out now. One out, one run in, and you got Butterfield taking the lead off third base.
Delivery from Plotsky, chopped foul. It's the count now 1-1. So again, runner leads off a third. Plotsky will wind and fire, and that misses low and away. And now a 2-1 count here on Seth. 5-0 lead for Nashville. Bottom of the fourth. Winner of this game to advance to the Division III championship this weekend. An off-speed pitch, chop foul. As Larange will pick that up and fire it back out to the mound, and we're now at even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'll tell you something, though, there's not a whole lot of breeze so far today.
No, just a little bit of one every little bit.
Wow, that was a nice pitch and a swing and a miss, low and away. Larange making sure the runner at third doesn't go anywhere, and a nice play by Benny to do that. And goes ahead and flips it down to first. So the strikeout will make it 2 gone here in the inning.
The umpire went so far out in front of home plate and toward the line there. I was afraid if they made a throw home, they were coming in, he'd be right in the middle of the play.
Plotsky delivers. There's a nice
one.
pitch over that inside corner at the knees to David Butterfield, the number 3 hitter. Butterfield flied out to right back in the first inning, reached on an error, and scored in the third. Fielder's choice error, whatever you want to refer to that as. That's fouled back to the screen. It's technically fielder's choice for him, I guess. Oh, 1-2 the
Nice
count,
shot.
and there's a little blooper out in the center. That's going to fall in, and another run scores off the RBI single from David Butterfield. Nice little piece of hitting there. Just dumped the ball out into center.
Yeah, did you notice he changed his swing? Good job of batting. He changed his swing, took a little off of it, and kind of just brought his bat around and met the ball head on and just punched it right over second base instead of swinging away. Nice job of hitting.
So 6-0 lead now for Nashville. Ben Gilliam stands in. Runner at first will take off. Nobody even covered second base. The throw goes into center. Nice job by Gleason to come in and cover. Not sure what was going on there, but nobody went to cover the bag.
Yeah, I think the second baseman shortstop got crossed up with which one was covering. Neither one broke. Usually you have one go cover, one go behind him and back him up. But thankfully the center fielder was coming in and he did the backup job. I was wondering about that. He threw the ball and there was nobody there. Ooh, I think he needed a teammate here.
Plotsky glances back at second, now delivers. That misses low. Again, Plotsky comes set, runner at second with 2 gone here in the fourth. There's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch.
Look like a good fastball right on the inside corner. Hard to hit those on the inside corner like that unless you give away with that front foot and put it over the side. Sometimes some batters do that and can punch it somewhere, but that's a good pitch.
So 2-1 the count now. There's a little chopper out into the parking lot.
Another good example of good hitting right there. He wasn't sure it was going to be called a ball, so he just reached out and punched the ball, and so he got a little bit on it. Foul ball, but he stays alive to take another swing.
So 2-2 the count here. There goes the runner at second. Chopper, a high chop, right back to Plotsky on the mound. He'll flip it over to first, and that will do it. Well, some damage done for Nashville here in the fourth. A couple of runs in the inning on a couple of hits as well. We had a walk and strikeouts. We'll head to the fifth inning. 6-0 is the lead for Nashville. Take a break. Come back with more in a moment. You're watching the HWSA World Series. All right, so 1-1 the count here is the Saints try to get something going. This bounces in.
You get somebody on here and get something going. They're down 6-0 in the fourth. You don't want to wait much longer to get something going here. But I tell you what, so far, John's been pretty stingy out there.
This popped up in the deep left. Again, drifting way back and making the play is John Hamilton. Well, some of these Saints have put a ton into these hits, but this outfield's so deep.
Yeah, if that had been a regular high school outfield, those two of those blasts would have been out of here.
So 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Saints here in the fifth.
But the problem is this is not a high school field. This is a bigger one. Amazing thing, too. Some of those pitches, that one there, that was a high pitch right about eye high. That's hard to get power on something that high like that.
1-0 the count on Benny LaRange, and that will skip through into right field.
Well, that was a grounder right to the second baseman Seth. Just as it got to him, it bounced up in there right over his head, and he went scrambling to keep from getting whacked.
Yeah, that's a tough, for Fichi out there at second, that's a tough play because it took a weird little hop in front.
I think I'd have to give it based on the cloud of dirt, a single.
I think so. I think you're probably right.
Yeah, he didn't have a play on that. Right at the last second, it bounced over his head.
There's just a weird little. Yeah, those are tough too because you're there, but if it takes a weird hop, there's not a whole lot you can do with it. It's not like he just dropped the ball or threw it away. This bounces in. Now 1-0 the count on Danny Siebold's. Danny so far today is 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the second. 6-0 lead for Nashville. Maybe this will get something started for the Saints here in the fifth. There goes a runner at first. The pitch is a strike. The throw is up the right side of second base and in with a stolen base.
Yeah, trying to get a lot on it. And as he did so, the ball sailed on him and went over toward right field as well. So second baseman did a nice job of getting his glove on it and getting it down. There's a stolen base. Now they got us running in scoring position. They're working their way around.
There's a chopper foul up the third base line, and count will go to 1-2 on Danny now. Quickly, some scoring updates from the other games here. Fort Worth has an 8-1 lead on Charlotte. That game in the fourth. Jackson a 3-1 lead on Springdale. That game in the third inning. And the Dallas Spartans a 3-1 lead on the Houston Thunder. That game in the fifth. And we'll keep you up to date on those as much as we can. There's a pickoff throw to second.
Oh, he got
That's a nice play.
Oh.
A nice throw, and he might. That's bang, bang, but that's a really nice pickoff move.
Yeah, I think it was a good call.
And wow, that is a nice.
That is crazy
play. Both from the fielder aspect and from Olin as well to spin around and just throw a strike out to second base.
And Benny was just caught sitting in the middle of the field there. I mean, that was just such a good play.
And there is a called third strike on Danny Siebold, and that'll do it for the inning. Well, it looked promising at first, and then things kind of fell apart for the Saints. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth, a 6-0 lead for Nashville. Take a break, back with more in a moment. You're watching the HWSA World Series. to the bottom of inning number 5 we go. Leading things off for Nashville is Sam Young. And this one hit deep out the center again. This might be trouble, and it is over the head of the center fielder, and in for a double is Sam Young. New pitcher for the Saints is Luke George. I'll have to figure out who's out there in left. Do that here in just a little bit. So Sam Young with a double. Now John Hamilton steps in. The number 6 hitter in this lineup. There's a strike, so 0-1 the count on Hamilton. There's a swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2 on John. A 6-0 lead for Nashville. Here in the 5th, Saints starting to run out of time here to make some things happen.
Now, we assuming that Plotsky then took over right field?
No, I'm not assuming that. I really don't know what happened. This little roller back out to the pitching mound. They throw to first is in time. They try to come back across the third. That's not in time. Nice piece of running there by Sam Young, but a 1-3 put out on Hamilton, and now 1 out here in the 5th. And John Olin will step up to the plate. There's a swing and a miss. Olin on the day reached on a walk back in the 2nd and then grounded out to the pitcher in the 3rd. Delivery here from George. That's ripped back up into center field. And an RBI single for John Olin. And it'll make it now a 7-0 lead for the Saints, or for the Monarchs, excuse me.
And I believe that is Plotsky in right field.
All right. Well, that would be an easy switch if it was.
Yeah, I think when he went run over there, I think it was an 8 on his back. They don't have a number in the front. Neither team does on the front, so you can't tell. And those stripes along the Saints midsection there doesn't help you a whole lot either.
Pick off, throw to first, and then runner back in safely.
Nice colorful uniform. It just makes it a little hard to sometimes out here discern the entire number.
Off-speed pitch, chop foul up the third base line.
It was a nice off-speed curveball there. Came lazily on the inside part of the plate, toward the inside part of the plate, and broke out over the plate. But it was still kind of inside when he swung at it. Couldn't get enough of the bat on to get a good hit.
No, I almost forgot. We were told to pass along a message to say hi to everybody at Cool Runnings. And thank you for supporting the team, being such great fans. So all of you back at Cool Runnings, they appreciate you being involved in this program. And right now the Saints trying to get out of a little bit of trouble, see if they can get something going offensively. There's a chopper back out, high chopper to the pitcher. George will flip it across to first, and he will get that out. That was a weird play for Luke to try to make, but he did do a nice job of spinning around and getting the out at first.
Yeah, and he played it very well. It took a high bouncer. Cut it was back to first, looked at man and back at second, then swung on around and made a nice, easy throw to first base, and the runner had to hold at second that time.
All right, so the number 9 hitter, Isaac Young, stands in. Now 2 gone in the 5th. There's a ball.
But the runner is now on second base. Somebody's tooting their horn over here.
Luke George comes set. That misses up and away. Now 2-0 the count on Isaac. George comes set and delivers. That misses low and away.
Oh, nice stop. Ben got out there and backhanded that behind him, diving out toward the first base dugout. But back behind him. Nice play by Benny. I wonder how you do his last name. Lorenzo, Lorenzo?
This bounces all the way back to the screen, and everybody will move up. So the walk issued to Young is now runners at first and third. And back around to the top of the order, and Stephen Butterfield.
Another tough play for Benny back here. He's had to make his living out of that dust, hadn't he?
Yeah.
And a lot of balls they have to try to dig out. Nice lead at first. There goes the throw over. Nope, he just faked it.
A little fake throw to first.
Got to have a pinch runner. Once again, no number in the back of him, so we never see who it is.
So the courtesy runner down there at first. George comes set. Now delivers. That misses low. 1-0 the count on Butterfield. Delivery here.
Once again, nobody covering second. That time, Benny looked first, didn't throw because there was nobody there. Would have gone in the center field, and again, a chance to take third base. You don't want that.
So George comes set. There comes the delivery home.
Oh,
that off-speed pitch misses away.
Oh, just outside, about belt high, and just outside the plate. He was thinking he wanted it so bad. No, not this time.
So 3-0 the count. I wouldn't make a mistake here if I'm George. That's okay, but the ball gets back to the screen. That's not particularly okay, and the runner will score from third, making it 8-0, and now the runner's at first and third. Well, now runners at second and third. And we've got a pinch hitter here. Funny thing is, I don't think I wait, maybe there is a 28. James Hurd?
James Hurd.
So James will stand in here. I don't know if he's replacing anybody defensively or if he's just getting a bat here.
$28 for 18.
Maybe they are changing it out. I don't know.
Is that what
for
he said?
Seth, yeah, the second baseman. This misses away. That's a good stop by Larange. So again, Luke George will wind and fire here. That misses up and in. Now 2-0 the count. You know, I don't think I ever updated the scoreboard to 8.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand for Saints. They need some outs and they need them quick so you can get in there and start swinging. They swung the bat good. It's just that this field is so big they couldn't get them out.
Foul back and out of play. So the count now 2-1. Off speed, boy, that's a beautiful pitch. That's really nice. 2-2 the count now. We were talking to Dave Irwin earlier, one of the leaders here at the HWSA. He said, well, there's a swing and a miss on a beautiful pitch.
Wow.
And down on strikes goes James Hurd. Well, some more damage done for Nashville here in the fifth. It is now an 8-0 lead after a couple of runs plated by the Monarchs. We'll head to the 6th inning back here in just a moment. You're watching the HWSA World Series. John Olin into his now 6th inning of work for Nashville will face the 9-1-2 hitters for the Saints from Waukesha, Wisconsin. Luke George up there now. This bounces in, and now the count at 1-1 on Luke. John, to this point, has allowed 1 hit, and that's if you consider that 1 hit a hit. This rip down towards short, boy, is a nice pick out there at shortstop by David Butterfield. That is impressive work, and fires it down to first.
Nice job also by the first baseman. Had a nice big tall guy. Tanner had a nice long reach over there and pulled that ball in. That's the kind of play you love to see in high school ball.
Some background on the top of the order, and Farley Gleason. He's 0 for 2 today. This popped back up and out of play. 1-1 the count.
Well, Farley, it's a good time to get things going now. You're running out of time. They've hit the ball pretty good, too.
That misses away.
It's like they grounded a shortstop there. That thing was really blistered down through there, but nice job then by David picking that ball up. Dave Butterfield getting the ball over first with a nice throw.
This will be fouled back out of play. Count now 1-2.
Kind of really interesting in high school baseball. When you talk about positioning your players, almost every time the players look like they're almost in the same place for each batter.
Center fielder for Nashville is over to the left a little bit this time around. There's a strike over the inside corner, and down on strikes goes Farley Gleason. 2 gone here in the 6th, and that will bring Chris Brown to the plate. He walked and also grounded out to short. Owen's delivery here, fastball up high. So 1-0 the count on Brown. Get you some scoring updates here in just a moment. That fastball over the outside corner for a strike. Fort Worth leads Charlotte 8-1 in the fourth. Jackson 3-1 lead over Springdale in the third. And the Dallas Spartans a 7-1 lead over the Houston Thunder in the fifth. This popped out into center, and that'll do it. Again, 3 up, 3 down for the Saints here in the sixth. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 6. It is an 8-0 lead for the Nashville Monarchs. Take a break, come back with more from the HWSA World Series in just a moment. So Butterfield will lead things off. This fouled back out of play. 1-1 the count on David. He's got an RBI single today. He also reached on an error and scored and flied out to right field. An 8-0 lead for Nashville here in the sixth. That fastball misses up and in, and the count evens up at 1-1.
It was an 8. It was an 8.
Oh, this popped up into shallow right. Drifting out from second base to make the play is Chris Brown. And 1 gone here in the sixth for Nashville.
Big old, tall, towering, tall, high fly ball. 1 away, and
Your way, Heath.
now we got Ben Gilliam stepping in.
And pitch misses away. 1-0 the count on Gilliam. He was hit by a pitch back in the third, and also has a fly out and a ground out for today. And that pitch over the inside corner for a strike. The count will even up at 1-1.
All right.
Off-speed pitch. Wow, that's a really good-looking pitch. If
He has had some beautiful pitches.
Yeah, Luke, if he's locating that off-speed curve, he can really cause some problems. This fell back to the screen. That did bounce our camera back, but I think it went right back to where it was.
Yeah,
so you at home, you just got witness to that.
Yeah.
It literally almost bounced the camera all the way off of there, but I think we're still right about where we were. I might have to adjust it in between innings a little. That fell back to the screen.
You're supposed to warn me about that. I thought I was getting close.
Yeah, I will have to adjust it a little bit here in between innings and get my Camera just a tad off, maybe in between hitters here. Now a 2-2 count. There's a swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Ben Gilliam, and now 2 gone here in the inning.
Well, I tell you what, Luke coming in and done a fine job of pitching.
I'll bring Sam Young to the plate. Young is 1 for 3 on the day with a double and a run scored. Speed pitch called a strike over the outside corner. 0-1 the count now on Young.
Well, Luke doing a job so far. Just get him out of this thing. Give him one more chance to get up there. High and inside.
That fastball missed up and in. Delivery here from George. Off speed, that hit him, and
that was a terribly slow curveball. And all he did was just turn around and let it hit him. Sometimes they won't give that to you.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes they'll say you didn't make any effort to get out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, the scoreman up in the booth here, he was noting that as well.
He's right. There's no real, I mean, that's up to umpire's discretion, but yeah, there is no real effort to avoid that whatsoever. In fact, he might have turned into it.
Yeah, he at least turned his back on so he knew it wouldn't hurt him, but he never made no move to get away from it at all.
All right, so running down there at first with 2 gone. This foul back to the screen off a check. Runner gets a couple of step lead down there at first. There he goes. This misses away. Good pick behind the plate, but no throw down to second. No chance on that play as Sam Young cruised into second base.
Yeah, Benny made a good choice that time. He had to go down on one knee and backhand it, grab that ball and turn around and throw it. By the time he went to turn around, it was too late.
Delivery here over that inside corner for a strike.
I tell you, I'm in Luke's corner for his pitching. He's a good little pitcher.
I don't think this pencil you gave me is doing anything.
One of them.
This thing is worthless. I keep having to make adjustments. There's a chopper down to third. That is foul. And just a long strike, so we'll stay at 1 and 2.
I did. I was in Doc's just getting ready to leave. I bought these cheap pencils.
They're cheap, all right.
They're cheap. They don't work very good.
It won't. The lead won't stay out on it. Every time you go to right, the lead goes back inside the pencil.
This won't either. There we go.
There's a sharp roller back up into center field, and they'll hold the runner at third. So single off the bat of Hamilton puts runners at first and third with 2 outs. And now John Olin, the pitcher, to step in.
What'd you get Sam Young doing last time up? What did he do?
Sam doubled and scored a run.
That's double. You realize last 2 times he's been up, Sam, he's double?
There's a chopper down toward third. Took a nice big hop. Played there by Lesweski. Fires to first, and that will do it. A 5-3 putout ends the inning. So no runs in the inning. There was 1 hit and a strikeout as well. We'll head to the top of inning number 7, an 8-0 lead for Nashville. Back with more from the HWSA World Series in just a moment. To the 7th we go. Leading things off for the Saints is Heath Roberts. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out. The slow roller back up the middle. And a single off the bat of Heath Roberts. So even if you had the original play as an error and have him with a no-hitter, that breaks that up anyway.
So that way our minds can be at ease. That was one
Not
of those.
that I was particularly all that worried about it to begin with, but
No, it was just the way it's going to have to be. But it makes it nicer when you got the other hit that way. It makes it easier to swallow if you're the pitcher. So if I'd had that one time, I'd have had a no-hitter. Oh.
all right, so Andrew Lazweski to the plate here. Runner down at first with nobody out in the 7th, an 8-0 lead for Nashville. That misses away.
Just a smidgen outside at the knees right there.
And now 2-0 the count. There's a chopper foul up the first base line. Move the count to 2-1.
The first baseman almost made a good play out of that. Just quite couldn't reach it. He broke over. He's going to backhand it just over his glove. Ooh.
One pitch misses high and away. Good grab behind the plate by Isaac Young. Now 3-1 the count. Off throw back to first and the runner in safely. Well, first of 3 games today. We've got both of the Division I semifinals to come your way here this afternoon.
Here we go.
There goes the runner at first. That
wow.
Ripped foul up the first base line. I mean, that was smoke. That had a little bit of heat on it.
The Saints have really put the win on the ball, so to speak. But most of the time it's just been foul or it's been right at somebody in the outfield or a lot of extra room back there and pulled in. But they've hit some hard balls today. They don't have much to show for it so far.
So Olin looks in, gets the side. John trying to complete this game for Nashville. There's a swing and a miss. Took a little bit off of that offering, and down on strikes goes Lazweski. So 1 gone here in the 7th.
A nice pitch. And he got him so far out in front of it that he didn't have a prayer hitting that ball. Good changeup.
So 1 gone. Now delivery here. Chopped right back out to the pitcher mound. Olin to second for 1. Back to first. And that is a double play. And that will end the game. Wow. What a nice way to end it for Nashville defensively. A 1-6-3 double play ends the inning.
Oh, you know what? That was John Henry that hit that. He came in as a pinch hitter, number 1, John Henry. I was going to use that name, got right past me. Nice play, though. Infield, kept him off the bases.
And that is a final. Nashville an 8-0 winner over Waukesha here in our first game of the day. So Nashville will head to the Division III championship. In just a moment, we'll give you your final totals here. All right, so pitchers of record today. The losing pitcher for Waukesha is Aaron Plotsky. He goes 4 innings, 6 runs on 5 hits. Of course, not all of those were earned. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. Luke George came on in relief. He pitched 2 innings, 2 runs, 3 hits, struck out 2, and walked 2 as well. Winning pitcher today, and what a nice performance for Nashville, as John Olin gets the complete game win, goes 7 innings, no runs, gave up 2 hits, struck out 7, and walked 2. So again, winning pitcher John Olin, complete game, 7 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Nashville just kept stringing together hits and just getting a run or 2 an inning, and has eventually added up, and they kept the Saints off the scoreboard, and it led to an 8-0 win. It's not like they got all the runs at once. They just kept kind of adding 1 or 2 here and there, and in the end, it adds up to a Nashville victory.
Yeah, Nashville did a good job. John Owen is pitching only 2 hits this afternoon. Great job he did, and on batting, Sam Young had a couple doubles that helped the cause out, scored a run, and John Hamilton as well had 2 singles and drove in some runs. So overall, the Monarchs had just a nice outing. The Saints played well, but came up just a little bit short. They hit the ball extremely well, but it was always right where it could be caught.
All right, so game 1 is in the books. The Division III championship. We'll take our Division III semifinals, decide who goes to the Division III championship. Up next, we have back-to-back Division I semis. So you'll see, at least at some point here, whoever's going to win the championship. You'll see in the next 2 games here. We got both semifinals for you, and then, of course, tomorrow we have Championship Saturday as well. So we'll take a break. We'll come back in just about a half hour or so with the start of game number 2 of the day. Boy, what a beautiful day here in Auburndale, Florida. Sunny skies, temperature in the mid-80s. Should be a beautiful day for baseball here, and we'll bring all of that to you. So we'll take a break. We'll come back in just a little bit. Nashville gets this victory 8-0 over Waukesha back in just about a half hour. You've been watching the HWSA World Series.